Well, that didn't take long. Just announced this morning in Explorer, Winota Joiner of Forces is banned. Saw this one coming from a mile away. She has been overpowering many of the recent Explorer events on the MTG Arena client, and it was just a matter of time. This is already banned in Historic on the client, and there was no reason to keep it around. There's just not the right combination of cards available to fight it until the entire Pioneer format is kicked into the system. For anyone that doesn't know what it is, Winota Joiner of Forces is a 2 red-white human warrior 4/4. Whenever a non-human creature you control attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library, put a human card from among those cards onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Put the rest of the cards on the bottom of your library in a random order. So basically, you load your deck up with a bunch of little dorky non-humans, swing with them, get a bunch of humans, and alpha strike somebody out of nowhere. That's the genesis of the deck. The other card banned today is Tibalt's Trickery. 1 in a red instant. Counter target spell. Choose 1, 2, or 3 at random. You mill that many cards from the top of your library. Then you start exiling cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with a different name than the spell that was countered. And then you can cast the spell without paying its mana cost. This is like the RNG lottery of, oh, I'll cast a Tormod's Crypt and counter it with Trickery. Oh, hi, I have an Ulamog. Or, oh, hi, I have this really big, dumb Ugin. And it's like on turn 2. Not fun. It's just complete and utter horse crap. So let's read what they have to say on the matter. Winota Joiner of Forces is a known powerhouse, allowing aggressive decks to quickly present overwhelming boards against unprepared opponents. Yeah, no duh. Although decks centered around Winota currently coexist along other variable archetypes within the full Pioneer format, she has proven to be just as effective when working within the confines of Explorer's smaller card pool. Decks built around her are showing both an extreme amount of play and high win rates across Explorer game modes, and the card has quickly dominated the format. As a result, it is banned in Explorer. As this is our first Explorer ban since the format's launch, we want to reaffirm our intentions that cards banned specifically in this format will become playable again as we realign the list to match Pioneer. One of Explorer's primary goals is fidelity to the Pioneer experience, so we intend to maintain this ban for only as long as it proves necessary. When additional cards are introduced to the format, they will naturally change her relative standing. As such, we currently plan to unban Winota and reevaluate her position shortly after the release of Dominaria United this fall. So the card will come back eventually. My guess is it will probably be short-lived and it'll be rebanned all over again, because until enough cards in Pioneer present themselves to kind of give you parity with paper, it's just not going to matter. As for Tibalt's Trickery, Explorer has once again given Tibalt's Trickery access to the cost-effective enablers and powerful playoffs required to threaten a very early combo kill. Even without throes of chaos to provide a backbone of consistency, these decks still aim to finish the game as quickly as possible, win or lose, without any opportunity for meaningful interactions from the opposing player. All you had to do is make the spell say opponent's spell, and this wouldn't even be a problem. It wouldn't even be a playable card. This creates an extremely negative experience when playing against the card, and its play rate is growing quickly. As a result, Trickery is banned in Explorer. Since Tibalt's Trickery is currently not a mainstay of Pioneer play, this ban will not be reevaluated as aggressively as Winota's. Players can expect a follow-up by the time MTG Arena formally switches from Explorer to Pioneer, or if Trickery decks become a relevant pillar of the Pioneer metagame, whichever comes first. Barring that, changes to its legality will not be a top priority before then. Leave it banned if you're not going to errata the card to only affect stuff. This random, let's just mulligan, and if we don't get it, oh well, move on to the next game. It is so stupid. As for players' collections, players who have Winota Joiner of Forces and or Tibalt's Trickery as part of their in-game collection on MTG Arena prior to May 12th, which is tomorrow as of the recording of this, will receive an equal number of wildcards of the appropriate rarity for every copy they have not previously received a wildcard grant for as part of the May 12th game update. If a player has crafted or otherwise collected additional copies between format bans, i.e. Historic and Explorer, they will receive reimbursement for those additional copies. However, players do not receive multiple reimbursements for the same individual card, which means if you had it before it was banned in Explorer, you're not going to get a wildcard for it this time. But if you got it after the ban, you'll get a wildcard reimbursement this time. Due to late-breaking technical issues, players will not receive in-game notifications of the ban and will not be shown the number or types of wildcards they will receive. We apologize for the inconvenience, and we hope to have this corrected for any future bannings. Once the ban is in effect, players will see additional in-game warnings of the card's format legalities when crafting additional copies. So bottom line, both cards are banned. You're going to get wild cards for them if you hadn't already gotten a wild card reimbursement for those cards when they were banned in other formats. So if you had Tibalt Trickery copies in your library before when it got banned in Historic, same thing with Winota Joiner Forces, you will not get a reimbursement. So don't get upset if you don't get wild cards because you may have already gotten those wild cards from before. If you bought them after the fact or opened them after the fact, then you will get a reimbursement as part of tomorrow's ban going into effect. This was just a quick bang out video. I wanted to get the news out to everybody, so have a great day.